Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel ISC Madam. I am Pragati and I am here with my second video today. If you have not watched my previous video, please go and watch. The link is in the description box. So we were doing the concepts of economics class 11 and in my previous class I had discussed about concept of wants, human wants, the classification of wants, the features of wants, the concept of consumption and sustainable consumption. Okay, so today we'll start with a new topic which is utility. It is very important topic, so let's get started. Okay, so utility. What is utility? Utility is want satisfying power. So utility is actually want satisfying power of a commodity. How much satisfaction a product or a commodity can provide us on its consumption is basically utility. Example. So let me give an example. I am craving for mangoes, or I like mangoes. I have mangoes as well as apples. I have both the things. Okay. Now I eat both. But I actually love mangoes more. So what do you think on having mangoes and having apples, which will give me more satisfaction, which will be more satisfying for me? Of course it will be mangoes because I love mangoes more. So in this situation, mangoes will have more utility than apples. Clear? So here we can say that utility or want satisfying power of mangoes were more than that of apples. Clear? Great. Now next, we will discuss about some of the features of want. Want is a subjective concept. See, want is something which cannot be observed and it cannot be identified because want differs from individual person. Every individual person is different. Okay, see how I like mangoes more. There is somebody who might be more satisfied with the apples than with the mangoes. So it will differ from every person. Clear? So it is a subjective concept. Second, it cannot be measured. Utility cannot be measured. See, you cannot, it's just an abstract concept like our emotions that we cry. We cannot say we have cried 1000 kgs. I have cried 1000 kgs today. Can I say that? No. So basically like our emotions, even utility cannot be measured. Right? It is a kind of a satisfaction that it provides us. Okay, so it cannot be measured. Third is utility and usefulness. Utility and usefulness are not same. See, anything, you cannot say that anything that has utility will be useful for us. Okay, no, there might be something which gives us satisfaction but it is not useful. It is harmful for us. For example, alcohol. Example, alcohol. A person who consumes alcohol, we know that alcohol is harmful for our body, but a person who consumes alcohol for him this alcohol is giving him satisfaction. It has some satisfying power. That means it has utility, but it is harmful. So basically utility and usefulness are not the same thing. Clear? Great. And next is utility does not come with any moral or ethical values attached to it. It need not be that anything that has utility might be morally or ethically correct. Okay, see, suppose, example, a dacoit keeps gun for his own protection. He keeps gun for his own satisfaction, that he is protected until he has gun with him. Right? So basically, what does this mean? That here, for a dacoit, gun has utility, but it is legally not correct for a person to keep guns, or morally or ethically it's not correct. So basically, here it means that utility does not come with any tag of moral or ethical values. Utility is something which gives you satisfaction. It need not be useful. It need not be morally or ethically correct as well. Clear? Great. Next, we will now do a concept of a very important topic, that is TU and MU. TU is total utility. TU is total utility, and MU is marginal utility. Okay, here marginal, I tell you, is one of the most important word which will be coming in your further chapters as well. So you need to know and keep the concept of marginal very well in your mind. Okay, if you have this word, the concept of this word clear, you can further understand the other concepts as well. Clear? So first we'll do total utility. Suppose I have had 4 mangoes. Each mango gave me how much of satisfaction? The total of all of them is total utility. Total of all the satisfaction I got from consuming mangoes, all the mangoes, is total utility. The sum of all the satisfaction that I got from the consumption of all the mangoes is actually total utility. Clear? Total utility is easy. Now moving on to marginal. See, marginal you can say is basically an additional unit. Marginal is actually an additional unit, and utility we know it is a satisfying power. It is a satisfying power of a commodity. So I can say, when I join these two words, marginal and utility, I can say that an additional unit, how much of a satisfaction does this additional unit provides me when I am consuming a commodity. While consuming a commodity, how much of a satisfaction power will this additional unit give me is marginal utility. Okay, I segregated both the words marginal and utility. I wrote down the actual meaning of all these words, and then I tried to join them and explain them. Thus it was easy for me. Okay, and for you as well to understand. Now I will give you an example as well as the formula of marginal utility. Everything will be clear. See, the formula of marginal utility is total utility minus total utility of the previous one. Understood? I will tell you. Now, I had 4 mangoes, I told you. I had 4 mangoes, right? I ate them. I got the satisfaction. I said that this one gave me this much satisfaction, this one gave me this much, and this one gave me this much. The total of it gave me total utility of 4 mangoes. The total utility of 4 mangoes. I got it. Now somebody gave me 1 extra mango and asked me to have it. Now this one becomes the 5th mango. This one becomes the 5th mango. Okay, so what is my basic duty that I tell you, that while having this 5th mango, when I had this 5th mango, how satisfying was this mango? What was the utility or satisfaction that this 5th mango gave me, this additional unit gave me, is basically marginal utility. Understood? That means the remaining portion, see, total utility of all the mangoes that I had, including the additional one, that is the 5 mangoes, and total utility of the 4 mangoes that I had, that is 5 minus 1, is actually marginal utility. The remaining portion, the only utility that this 5th mango gave me is marginal utility. Clear? Great. It's like I had all the 5 mangoes, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 mangoes, and 1, 2, 3, 4. If I minus this 2, I get the utility of the 5th mango, which is marginal utility. Clear? Understood? Now, we'll move on to a new, to a law. Very first time we'll be doing a law. You have not done. It is very important and very interesting. Law of diminishing marginal utility. What does this mean? Law of diminishing marginal utility. It says, listen carefully, it says, as you consume more and more of a commodity, the utility of it decreases. As you consume more and more of a commodity, the utility of that commodity keeps on decreasing. It means mangoes again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I have 5 mangoes. I know when I have the first mango, it is extremely satisfying. I was craving for mangoes and I had my first mango. It is I had the first mango of the season. I am extremely satisfied with it. Okay, so and then I had my second mango. Will that be as satisfying as the first one? No, so it decreased. Then I had my third mango. It won't be as satisfying as the second and the first one. It again decreased. Then I had my fourth. Then I had my fifth. I know that the fifth mango will be least satisfying. So what we are observing here is that as we consume more and more of one commodity, the satisfaction level decreases or the utility of that commodity decreases. Clear? This is what is law of diminishing marginal utility. Great. Now, moving on to a new concept. We are done with utility concept. I hope you understood it. If there is any problem, any query, please write down in the comment box and I will definitely get back to you. Next. Here the next topic is production. Next topic is production. See, there will be in the further chapters that you will come across, not only now but in your futures when you will be doing your grads and your postgrads. Then also these things you should be, it should be clear in your mind that there will always be two paths. Always it will be divided into two parts. You should be clear as in which path they have asked. Like I'll tell you. In the previous class we had learned about consumption. Remember? Yes. So in this class we will do about production. How are they related? See, production and consumption. Consumption is basically from consumer's point of view. If there will be some topics which will be taught to you or which you will learn from a consumer's point of view, like budget. It is a concept that is from a consumer's point of view. How will a consumer spend money and where he will invest money more according to his budget? That budget will decide how his spending and his saving should be. So basically it is from a consumer's point of view. We have to see whether the consumer is, where the consumer will do the profit, where he will be satisfied. We have to keep ourselves in a consumer's place and think. That will be consumption or a consumer's point of view, right? And production is producer's point of view. We have to become producers and think accordingly. I am the producer. How am I satisfied? How am I going to make money more, or I'm going to profit more if I am the producer? I have to see from my point of view as a producer, right? So this is how it works. You have to segregate yourself from a point of view of a producer or a consumer according to what the question have been asked or whatever have been taught. Next, production. What is production? The act of producing, the act of making goods and services is production. We all know that producers, what they do, they make goods and they make goods and they sell it to us. So what is the work of a producer? To produce good. Production is the act and producers actually do this act. Understood? So production we understood. Great. Okay, so we have understood the definition of production, and we have also understood that we have to segregate between two things, that is consumption, that is from a consumer's point of view, and production, that is from a producer's point of view. Clear? So we will do one more last topic under this production topic, that is factors of production. So there are basically factors of production is basically the process of producing a good that we have a process of producing a good. Now these are the things that are very much required to complete this production process. So what are the four things that are four factors which are required to complete this production process? First is land, labor, capital, and last one is entrepreneurship. Okay, so these are the four factors of production. Now what is land? Land is basically, land is not land only. Land is all the free gifts that we get from the nature that we require for our production process. It might be water, it might be land, it might be everything that is free of cost. We get it free of cost. Those are called free goods that we have, that we get directly from nature, that we get directly from Mother Earth, is basically free goods. So land comes under all the things, all the natural resources that we get free of cost from the nature comes under land. It is also a basic requirement which is required in the process of production. Second is labor, that is human efforts, the physical efforts that are required for the production process. For example, people who build buildings, for them labors are required. Who have the factories for producing goods, they produce different goods. There also labors are required to run the machine, to do the packaging, to do the labelings, for many of things where labors are required. So where human efforts are required, this comes under labor. Third is capital. Capital is what? Capital is basically the capital is basically the investment we do for our production process. What investment? Like we invest in machineries, different plants, right? Plants, and then the land, then the factory that we buy, all the investments we do, the raw materials that we purchase, that all that things comes under the topic capital. Understood? Entrepreneurship is the person who sees how the production process is going on. He manages the production process. He makes sure that everything is well maintained and organized. So this is where entrepreneurship comes in. Okay, so these are the main basic 4 factors of production that is required for proper production process. Understood? Great. So this here we have done production is over. We have learned about utility and production. Next day we will start about pricing. Next class we'll start about pricing. We know what pricing is. The amount with which we purchase a commodity that has been produced is basically pricing. So we will learn more about pricing. We will learn more about other topics related to pricing. Till then, keep revising and keep watching the video. And if you have any query, do ask me. Again and again I'm telling you, do ask me in the comment box and I will definitely reply. And hope you liked my video. So please like, share and comment and subscribe to my channel as well. And see you in the next class. Thank you so much.